I'm gonna steal your sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on doing Michael Caine. My opinion matters, yours will fall in last place. I'm not shutting up and you'll be learning my name. Fifth in the family, but first in my mind. 1 out of 10, but I'm ranking just fine. We've only got now, there's no afterlife. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm just speaking my mind. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everyone's coming on Kyle tonight. Wait, what? No, nobody's coming on Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shoot up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Tonight, you can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shut up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yup. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Whatever.
Solid start. Solid start as always.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I love our consistency.
Stuff.
Weird, wacky, wild stuff.
Yeah.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to what is it, episode 12? 12. Yeah. Jesus Christ, episode 12 of
Lucky
season
12.
2. Lucky number 12. Number 12 with the bullet. All of the things that go along with 12.
Yeah.
It also looks like you. The number 12. It's a band.
Yep.
That was a band at one point. The number 12 looks like you.
Number 12 looks like you.
That was a band's name.
Yeah.
Is that like supposed to be like a side portrait of somebody?
I have no idea why number 12 would look like a person, but that was the name of a band.
Or why a person would look like a number.
Ooh,
I don't know either.
That could be a lot of, it's a lot of different weird ideas that could be coming from that. But hey, welcome to Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. Live here on YouTube every Tuesday.
Hello.
Oh, you didn't plug it in all the way.
Every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Dealing with some technical difficulties, but hey, we are ready to go. Joining me, as always, is Mr. Justin Olimpado.
Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
You doing good?
Yeah.
How's the Chinese from earlier settling in?
All
Is it
right.
doing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I was full earlier.
Yeah, I was pretty
now
full.
I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah, it's about 5 hours later, so naturally you'd be hungry anyway.
Yeah.
But were you hungry an hour and a half later?
No, I forgot it.
So it sustains you.
Yeah.
It sustains you. We're breaking stereotypes here. Breaking stereotypes about Chinese food.
Yeah.
One meal at a time.
One at a time.
Oh, one at a time. Also, one at a time, we have Mr. Zachary. Ooh, that was a very clear 3-step pop right there.
Damn, that's 3 layers, player.
Zachary Storman. All right. So Zach, just you finished right in time this week, in time with this song. Do we break a record? No records broken. Last week we broke a fucking record.
Well, this might be record broken for the amount of notes played in a song. Yeah,
that makes sense. All of the notes have been played. I
don't know.
That means
maybe.
Objectively, it's one of the best songs ever.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, duh.
It's gotta be. I know when you make a movie with all of the actors, it's really good.
It's
always really good.
Is that life?
Well, I think that's if you have everything ever all the time, then that's perfect. That's what you want.
That's what you want. Yeah.
Gluttony is king.
Yeah.
That's the lesson I've learned in life.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Also, what I've learned is we have a guest today. We do have a guest. We are joined this week by Mr. Wil McGrath.
That's me.
Oh, hey. Applause!
Hell yeah!
Applause! Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We'll get into the nitty gritty with you a little bit later on.
Down and dirty.
First, we'll get dirty. First, a couple of things that came to my attention right off the bat. Betty White turned 97 yesterday.
I thought you were going to say
alive.
She turned 97. Oh my god! At the end of season 1, we all took bets on like who was going to die and shit like that. I think that was thrown out there right away.
I think that was my prediction.
Yep, she is still kicking 97. She's crazy. She had a party for her birthday and everything.
Damn, dude.
And I think she is the only. Yeah, she's the only Golden Girl left.
She is
really?
She's golden.
She's golden.
Even the youngest out of that bunch?
I don't think she was the youngest. I think
I'm saying the one that played the eldest.
Oh yeah, she was gone a couple of years back. Yeah, I think she was the second to last remaining.
I didn't
yeah, and it's crazy that she's 97 years old and she's still making like Snickers commercials or whatever the fuck she does.
Yeah,
it's intense. It's intense.
Where's Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci?
He's still alive.
I don't know.
I know he is, but he fell off. He's like, fuck you guys.
I mean, how old is he now? He's got to be like getting upwards of mid-70s, almost 80s too. Like,
he put a rap album out not too long ago.
Joe Pesci?
He put a rap album out?
It's about as good as you'd think it would be.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how long ago?
Like a full-on rap album.
Like 90s?
15 years ago.
Okay.
It should have been from the 90s.
Does it sound like it was from the 90s?
Like yeah.
Like yo, I'm Joe Pesci and I'm here to say
yeah.
Okay. Was he here to say a lot of things?
He was there to say he's a wise guy.
Okay.
Mostly.
A wise guy got a baseball bat. It's all just based on the Jim Brewer impersonation.
Was
it actually just Jim Brewer?
That'd be great.
Actually, it might have been.
He just trolled everybody. Nobody even knew. A secret troll. Troll. Another thing that happened, just like Banksy. I finally got to see the new Halloween. Saw it. Finally got to watch it.
I want to watch it this week.
You haven't seen it yet,
I
right?
have not.
All right.
What's the word?
I liked it. I really actually enjoyed it. It is
from somebody that doesn't like horror.
Well, I don't like horror, but I like the original Halloween movies, and I have an eternal crush on Jamie Lee Curtis. So anything that she does, I'm gonna watch, and it's
an internal,
eternal, and an internal.
It's probably an internal crush.
It's all the types of crushes. I have an external
boner for her.
Oh, she's great. Now,
instead of an internal boner for her?
I really like the way this movie was shot. It feels more like the older ones, like the original ones. There are longer held shots that build natural suspense.
Yeah. Without ruining anything.
Yes.
Are we going to see another movie, or is this it? Did they say that this was the final chapter?
I don't know. I don't know if this is supposed to be closing it, but you
don't
never
exist at this point, right?
Everything after two technically doesn't exist. So Josh Hartnett was never her son. Nothing like that ever happened.
Rob Zombie.
The Rob Zombie ones. There is a shot. From like Michael's point of view at one point where I was like, wait, are they using like the Rob Zombie footage real quick? But it was just a similarly shot.
Okay.
You know?
Well, there was like a POV shot in the first Halloween.
Yeah, and that's what they were definitely going for. Yeah, it was from inside the mask, so it was definitely shot like that,
which was a cool shot back. Like,
it was crazy back
super
then.
Spooky. Yeah,
and then they reused it with the clown mask.
In what? Clown mask.
The fourth one
was that?
Really?
Yeah.
Because the little girl. That's like his niece.
Okay.
That's at the end of it kills the parents.
Yeah, but none of that matters anymore.
Yeah, none of that matters anymore. That's all. That's all done.
But they did do that shot as an homage to the first one.
They went back with something like that. I mean, with that pretty much the exact same shot. One thing that I really liked is when they're in the asylum, they have certain shots that look like they would be from the vantage point of a security camera, right? And what I always like in older movies, they always did the shot like it was security camera footage, not as if it were security camera footage. And then in more like recent movies, when they got the technology to make it actually look good as security footage, they just always did that. So in this, there are certain shots that look like they're from that that are from that vantage point, but they don't have like a security, like filter over them.
The timestamp.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything like that, and it's just a straight shot, and it just holds a lot better in my mind. So without going into much anything, as far as the plot goes, it's definitely worth it. The acting is really well done. Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of terrifyingly amazing in it. Kind of in the way of Frances McDormand in 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, the movie she won the Oscar for last year.
Yeah,
she's just a tough, scary old lady.
She's just a tough old bitch.
She is such a tough old lady.
Bitch.
It is intense. But the thing that was distracting for me throughout this movie is I have had a crush on Jamie Lee Curtis. It is a joke in my household.
I mean,
even
True Lies, that scene.
True Lies. It's literally that scene. It is that scene
Is she
for
naked?
forever.
Fair.
She's not fully naked. She's in a dress, and then she's like in lingerie.
Yeah, she's not technically naked.
Yeah, but it is a risque
It's on the
scene.
same level as in the new Chips, the one pool scene.
Yeah. It's
the
about
tight bodysuit,
Yeah,
you
with
know what I mean?
Kristen Bell. Yeah, it's about as close as you can get to a nude scene without being naked. Like, it's a very sensual, sexual scene. So I love her for that. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It's like she's doing a full striptease.
Yeah.
Have you never watched that movie?
No.
You've never seen True? Oh, Jesus! You need to see that. You need to see that. So
I don't even know what it's about. Like
I've seen it like 5 times. I don't remember. It's awesome.
about people that tell lies.
Lots of shit
That
blows
are
up.
true.
Yeah.
They are true lies that they
it's
tell.
an action movie.
It's an action. It's a
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger, Tom Arnold action movie.
It's great, dude.
It's a rom-com, actually.
I think it's James Cameron directed it too. I think this is right around the Terminator movies he did this.
No, it can't be James Cameron.
I believe
like
it's
it.
a Cameron. Check it. I believe it's a Cameron flick. But he so in this movie I'm watching, and the entire time
it is.
It is. Okay. Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm looking at her, I'm like, she just reminds me of somebody the entire fucking movie, and about halfway through I realized who it was, and then I just could not look at her in the True Lies vein anymore. At least for the end, until the end of the movie, or when I stopped watching it, then I can go back to imagining her as True Lies. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Right.
She looks like Geddy Lee. She has Geddy Lee's hair.
Oh my god!
It is terrifying. I'm sitting there the entire time. I'm like, who the hell is she? Why is this so interesting to me? Like, what the hell? Why is this so like captivating? Like, why can't I get around this? And I'm sitting there and I'm like Googling pictures of like old women with long like gray hair that
Geddy
like,
Lee is no
and I'm sitting there and then I'm like, wait a second, and I'm like looking and I'm like, who is it? And I'm like, is it Geddy Lee? And I look at it, I'm like, oh fuck, it's Geddy Lee.
But does she normally have her hair that long?
No, I don't think so, and not in that way where it's like just straight and out. Like,
So for the movie, they were like, you need to look like Geddy Lee.
well, yeah, like you need to look like you're
Can you play a bass?
all the time.
Can you
You can play a shotgun pretty
Here's how
well.
we're going to do it. We just paid Kiss a shitload of money to have his bass in here. You're going to be killing Michael Myers with an
Gene
axe
Simmons?
bass?
I would.
An axe bass, yeah. Get Gene
I would-
Simmons in there.
I mean,
that.
keep Gene Simmons out, but like I would.
Yeah,
see
I mean,
that.
you'd have to pay him money for it.
Yeah, pay him money. Oh,
or just kill him with the bass. I don't know.
so kind of
Both.
in the vein of this, and I think we'll get into it a little bit more when we talk about the song for this week. But Zach, you came across this band.
That I did.
All right, so the band is called
That I did.
Crack the
That I
Sky.
did. Yeah, Crack the Sky.
They're from the 70s. They are a progressive band that when I looked them up after you sent me the first song, which was, do you remember that
Nuclear
was called?
Apathy.
Nuclear Apathy.
That's a good name for a
Nuclear-
song.
It is
Oh,
a
it's
good
a great
fucking
song,
song.
dude.
It's like an 8.5, 9 minute song.
Yeah.
It is wonderful.
I dig it.
But looking them up, they're from the early mid 70s when they started. They've broken up a couple of times, but they're still around. They were in 1975. Rolling Stone listed them as the debut album of the year. They were looked at to be this like new up and coming band, but they just never really caught on. So how did you come across them? How did it fall
Well,
into
I've
your
been
lap?
into this podcast lately called Radical Research.
Okay.
It's these two dudes. They are such insane music nerds.
Right.
And every show is about something totally obscure.
Wait, is that like that one metal band or whatever? Like from, I forget what country, like Spanish or whatever the fuck that was. I don't know. There's a lot of bands that you had showed.
There's a lot of new obscure bands I've been listening to because of this show.
Okay.
That's how good this show
Oh, wait,
is.
the
Like,
Brazilian metal that he was looking at?
no, that's
later?
not this show.
Okay. All right. You were showing
That's
us
another
Brazilian.
metal. I found myself, I'm always listening to metal podcasts.
Okay.
About like the history of metal, but what Radical Research does is they talk about Like they had an episode on 70s Italian prog.
Oh hell yeah!
Just bands I never heard of, and
Yeah.
like really dive deep into
But that's not the same podcast.
That's the same podcast that I heard about this. So this episode was on art rock, which was like sort of like an offshoot of prog.
Yeah.
Like a little more pop, but a little more free at the same time.
Poppier and noisier at the same time.
Yeah, like the prog, there was sort of, even though it was crazy, there was sort of like a formula.
Yeah.
To the art rock stuff, a lot of times they just forewent the formula.
Yeah.
Right.
And didn't care. So this whole episode was about different bands from that
That's cool.
era, and the one that really stood out to me was Crack the Sky. It was just
That's
insane.
a great name, though.
It is,
like
yeah.
that's a name that will, at some you'll remember that.
It definitely sticks in your head, and the thing that really jumped out at me is one of my favorite bands, brand new, has a song called "Play Crack the Sky."
Right.
And it's just a random name of a song that I had no idea if it was like a reference to a game that they would play, or if it was a song like specifically. So I don't know if they're
there
referencing.
may be a game called Crack the Sky.
There
as well.
could be, but I don't know if they're referencing this. But it definitely stuck in my head immediately, like popped out to me for that reason. And now I'm just gonna assume that that's what it is.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, like Mastodon has that album "Crack the Sky" with the
no,
E.
there isn't.
Oh,
Yeah, that's actually that might be a little homage to them, but it's also to
It's also their last good album.
it's what's his face is the drummer Bran Daler.
Yes,
His
sounds
sister
right.
died.
Oh.
and her name was Sky.
Oh
S-K-Y-E.
shit! Oh, I
And
didn't know
the,
that.
The album is sort of a tribute to her.
Okay.
Because while I was researching, I saw that spelling option come up. I didn't realize it was a
Yeah, yeah.
Mastodon album. That's cool.
Yeah, that whole thing was a tribute to
Oh, I
his
never
sister,
knew
and that probably was their last really good.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me
Album.
like, "Oh, you should listen to The Hunter again," and I'm like, "I listened to it once.
I like the Hunter.
It was okay, but like, there's a billion other bands to listen to.
Yeah,
There's all
Definitely.
this Italian prog rock. To
There
listen
really
to,
is.
apparently.
they're really dude. I've been digging so deep into some of this.
Well, you started digging deep, and you got
Obscure
into Crack the Sky. Now they really only ever got popular apparently in the Baltimore area. They're from
Baltimore.
I think they're from West Virginia.
West Virginia, yeah.
But based on
Mama.
on like supply issues from the record company, the greater Baltimore area was given the bulk of the records that were pressed for the band. And
I mean, that
local
is a major
DJs,
city, though, but-
It is, but it's not New York. It's not really
true.
even
It's
Philly
not even
at that
Philly,
point.
yeah.
True.
Well, I think from what I read, their second biggest place that they were big at was like Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, that makes
Baltimore,
sense.
yeah.
Industrial cities. Cities.
Yeah.
That's what they
I
were
mean, it could
popular.
still hit the tri-state if it wanted.
Well, and they
to.
probably definitely got up here, and definitely. I mean, they toured nationally with a bunch of different acts.
And that might have also hurt them too.
Could have, but I think the weird thing is that it was basically a supply issue that limited their success. They again were listed as the #1 debut album, 1975 of all time prog rock albums. I think their debut is listed as like number 47 of top 50. So they're
That's pretty crazy to not
for
get
top
fame,
50,
like,
and you're not that famous.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not that
especially-
famous.
yeah.
And then you start looking at who they toured with and opened for. And they went out on the road with Styx, Supertramp, Rush, Foreigner, ELO, Yes, ZZ Top, Kansas, Edgar Winter, Frank Zappa, and Boston.
Shit.
Yeah.
So they toured
All
with
fucking heavy hitters.
like big acts.
But that's
so
what
they
I'm
got
saying,
exposure all over the
Yeah,
country.
but it also could have hurt them because who's remembering who opened?
The opening
for ELO,
guy
you
from
know what I mean?
Boston
Like-
in 1978.
That's
yeah.
a tough thing. Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
in
like-
Baltimore apparently, because
Everybody in Baltimore.
they're like gods in Baltimore.
But there are
from what I
certain
read.
bands
They're from
just
there,
in
though, right?
certain. No, they're from West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
but I mean
it's
it's close.
close.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
Close.
close. But it's weird that certain bands do get really popular in certain
Well,
in
it's
certain
Dropkick
areas.
Yeah, that's
for
not their
Boston.
hometown for sure.
Yeah, but even when especially when it's not their hometown.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that I always think is hilarious because we know them is Corey and fucking patent pending. Forgetting his name right now.
Not helping.
God damn it. Either way.
Yeah, my brain's not
Yeah,
working either.
brain's not working. Either way, the guys from
Rob?
Patent Pending. Rob, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Rob.
Yes.
You guys and your white boy names, they're so forgettable. Corey and Jonathan.
Chad.
But Corey
Chad.
and Rob, they're in Patent Pending, and like
Yes.
they tour the country and they play with a lot of people. But then they go to Europe, and apparently in the UK, it's like they're not the biggest thing in the world, but at their shows, it is a huge turnout.
Yeah.
And they sell out like bigger places that they probably wouldn't sell out
Europe's
here.
a very weird thing with a lot of that.
In certain areas, certain bands just
There's a lot of bands that I know
towards.
that just moved over there because they're like, it's not working in America, but I'm doing it over
Japan,
here.
they did that too. Like all the shred guys, like
went to Japan?
Steve Vai and them are fucking gods.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're gods here too. Like to
But they get
play
the
musicians.
nonstop
But over
respect there.
Yeah, it's people
like
who don't
Weezer,
even
man.
play guitar.
Yeah.
Are like eating from their hands.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh,
Over here, you're not getting like your average kid who's not like really
but it
into
makes
shred.
sense. It makes sense though, because if you can make, if you're like, fuck it, this is what I want to do, and that's where you're making your money, who gives a
Play
shit?
for your audience.
Whatever.
Yeah, like Wisdom in Chains before they got big here, they
Yeah.
were fucking massive in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even
Boy
the
Sets
guys
Fire
in
moved to
Ninth
Germany.
Plague, the guys in Ninth Plague,
Yeah.
they went over to Europe, and I remember Kevbo comes back and he's like, dude, there were kids like singing along to our death metal band.
Yeah.
I'm just like, they knew the lyrics to your death metal band. That's pretty ridiculous.
Fucking wild.
Because I've listened to that like 30 times and I couldn't tell you like 2 lines of lyrics.
Well, if we can get a fan base for the music that we make on the podcast,
let's get it out in
we'll
Europe.
just move there.
We'll
like,
move wherever it is. We've already said we're going
no
to move to
matter
the
where
Carolinas.
it is, even if it's like Zimbabwe
warned.
loves the show.
be warned.
Zimbabwe has a fucking really sick flag, so I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
yeah.
That'd be sweet. We just start our own little colony down there where we just only do this podcast.
Don't say colony.
Don't bring up
Okay,
colonialism.
well, why don't we just start our own little compound
Commune.
or something? Yeah, commune.
Compound also has a bad
Compound.
cut.
I mean, all right. I mean, I just want a small culture
Enclave.
that we could have, you know, and a little like a subculture.
How about
you know, maybe
You know what? Let's shorten that. How about a
that
cult?
works
a
better.
cult. You know what?
Okay.
How do you feel about robes?
I love them.
I'm a big fan.
I'm down with, but as long as they're like choir robes, 'cause I want like a purple or maroon sash with them. I want it to look pretty top notch.
Yeah,
you know?
you want that
pretty,
shit
I
to
want
be
that
like-
nice cream color too.
Not to be. I mean, you got to be careful with purple though.
You got to be careful with purple. It could be. I mean, gang
What was?
sign.
Well, no.
I
It was.
have to be careful
What
with
was
purple 'cause I'm
the? What was the
colorblind,
cult that?
Oh, was
killed
there a
them
cult
for
that
Hillary
purple?
comment?
Heaven's Gate.
Was that
Yeah,
Heaven's Gate?
Yeah, they were purple.
They were purple.
Yeah,
Oh
they were
my gosh.
purple and black.
Were they
Yeah.
purple? I want to be purple and off-white. It's a big
All right,
difference.
cool. Yeah.
Purple and
Okay.
off-white. It's gonna be. It's gonna be a
Purple,
big
purple
difference.
and gray, classic color combo.
That is true.
Yeah,
That
true.
is true. That'd be a
This
good
is like
color. You know
royalty
what?
shit.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that our nice little cult that we're gonna start in Zimbabwe should be purple and gray or purple and off-white. Your choice, gray
Yeah.
or
You know,
off-white.
yeah.
We're gonna be an open
Mother
cult.
of Pearl.
Mother of Pearl is not accepted. No
That's
mother of Pearl.
That's not off white.
That is not off-white. That is too off. Too off. So before we jump into our featured band tonight, I wanted to bring up, we're all musically minded people. We all can have pretty basic conversations about music with each other, but we also wind up in situations where we're talking to somebody who doesn't know really anything about music.
Sure.
And they always ask you questions like, oh, who's your favorite band? Or like, what's
I
your
hate
favorite
that
song?
question.
And it's kind
What
of like,
inspired you to start playing?
yeah, stuff like that. Like, and
there's
that's
not
at
like
least a
one-
more in-depth
That's-
thought. Like,
that's
a
fun to
little
think
bit
about.
It is,
Yeah.
but I can't. Like, I could never pinpoint.
on the
what-
spot.
Yeah.
For a little small talk.
There's
that's
all
a little,
kinds of shit.
Yeah, different. But I'm saying when somebody's trying to sell you on a song, right? Like when somebody that is like, oh, you like music? Oh, you like music? I got this song that you got to hear, right? And it's always great because people will try to use musical terms that they've heard that they don't know what it means, and I don't ever want to sound like a total pompous musical like ass about this because I'm not that
before
well
you're
educated.
A pompous musical ass.
Yeah, ass.
Ben just said our cult is Cavs colors.
Oh, it is Cavs colors. That is.
Cavs.
Yeah, that is. All right. Purple and gray. It's got to be dark gray then.
Dark gray.
Dark gray.
Dark
Charcoal.
gray. Yeah.
Purple. It's almost purple and black.
Faded black.
Faded
Yeah.
black.
There you go.
Formerly
Flat
the
black.
colors of
Just
another
flat
cult.
black.
10-year-old
Flat
T-shirt black.
10-year-old
Yeah,
t-shirt
look at my
black.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There used to be a
exactly.
black t-shirt.
Yeah.
There used to be a black t-shirt.
Okay, you can
Hanging
go
drywall
back to
all
being
day
a
black.
pompous.
Yeah, but going back to being a pompous ass. No, when somebody tries to describe a song and they say something like, "Yo, man, it's a good song. It's got an upbeat, It's got an upbeat.
Yeah.
Literally today, this sentence was said to me. It's a great song. You should check it out. It's got an upbeat and a downbeat and a solid beat.
Whoa.
And the rhythm and the beat are just melodic. And that was the sentence that was said to me. And I just was baffled by...
the way you say
in
that,
person,
the only song I could think that would all those things would fit in would be a song with the only instrument was steel drums.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's got rhythm, but the rhythm is also the melody.
I will say it was
an upbeat and a downbeat.
It was a reggae song, which is why I thought they led with upbeat. I was like, yeah, it's got an upbeat. Like, it's a reggae song.
Did they mean the song was upbeat?
I think that might be what they meant, though.
Maybe. But at first,
upbeat song with a
I
downbeat.
hear it's got an upbeat. I'm like, yeah, it's got an upbeat. But then they said also a downbeat. I'm like, well, you know, what comes up must go down, I guess. And true it in beats as it is in anything, you know. Yes. But yeah, it's got a downbeat. And then just another, throw it in, just another, got a solid beat. And the rhythm.
And the rhythm.
And the beat are just melodic.
Was this a text or was this
somebody said
in
it
person?
In person, and then I turned around and immediately wrote it down on my phone before I forgot what they said. Because I was like, that's the best way to put it. Oh my god, like you
need to capture that.
I don't know how, like, do you ever, I mean, I want to correct people when they say something that is just naive to the truth. Do you ever correct somebody when they're that far off?
Or only if I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Okay, when you're trying to clarify.
Like, if I need a clarification, and then it's usually like, can you just, like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Not being a dick. Like,
I got the sweet beat.
And
it's a good beat.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, why do you know what you're saying?
No.
I always fight with just wanting to be like, listen, like, this is what it is. Like, not to be a dick, but so you can say things
just
that
so you say it better next time.
Can understand you. Like, it's language. It's like when someone's a grammar Nazi, it's like part of it is they're just being an asshole. But part of it is I want you to not look stupid to somebody who might care about that.
Have you ever had almost the reverse where when somebody finds out that you play something with music,
they go way over the top?
Yes. Because you've listened to music with them before. So it's just like, now that they know, they try to talk to you more about it, but I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
There are so many times that somebody finds out that I play music or that I sing or anything like that, and immediately they are proving themselves to be so much more intelligent than I could ever imagine to be about something. And they're not trying to be a dick. They're thinking, "Oh, this is cool.
I'm helping you out."
Somebody, just somebody I can have a conversation with that knows what I'm talking." And I sit there and I hear every like fifth word, and I'm like, dude, you are so like I am out of my league. Like this is literally like T-ball versus major leagues over here. Like it is not.
It's like somebody being like, "Hey, can you talk about CB on the podcast?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's definitely weird. It's also more weird when somebody that you know doesn't play music tries to talk to you once they find out. I'm not saying there's anything wrong about it.
No,
it's cool that people like stuff.
Weird. But it's basic weird stuff sometimes. Like, how did they do this?
Yeah,
I have no fucking idea, man.
Where it's
no clue
questions
how they
that
did
because they are unaware of the whole process. It's questions that you would never think to ask
because there's no reference.
But also you have no answer for it because it's.
Yeah, it's like when I first started learning to play drums, Rich would talk to me about it, and then like 2 weeks later he came to me. He's like, "Hey man, since I've been telling you stuff, I had to actually think about the things I was doing instead of actually just doing them."
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, it's very strange. It's like a very strange."
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like a million years ago, I was in a punk band, Wasteland Babies.
Yes, you were.
I was. Yeah. And one day, the guitarist Mikey like comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, like I tabbed out like all your bass lines. Like here's the modes and the scales that you're playing and blah blah blah." And I was just like, "Well, I know how to play those songs because I wrote it. Like like the theory isn't gonna help me at all because I fucking wrote it. Like figuring out like with the math and shit, that's not helpful.
Yeah,
it doesn't make me like the song that I wrote anymore. Like I don't know.
Yeah, well,
like knowledge is helpful and it gets in the way a lot, I think. Also.
Oh, definitely. And trying to inform, when you're trying to inform somebody of something, like when you're trying to basically help somebody out, you don't want to be a dick about it. You don't want to come off as pompous, and so many times
never in that
attempt to do so is going to look pompous.
Yeah, and like I felt like an asshole because like he put a lot of work into that, and I was just like,
Yeah, it's not.
I don't need this.
Yeah, not helpful here. Not helpful here. Wrong person, wrong audience in that situation.
I appreciate it, but sorry, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we've got a featured band this week, which is Family Animals. Family Animals. They're from up in Scranton, and they actually
it's pronounced Scranton.
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 Real mature.
Scranton.
Okay, I don't think I'm ever gonna get that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get it. But Family Animals, the single that we're gonna be playing is "The Modern Life." It's coming off their new album, "The End Is Mere," which will be out on February 16th. The End Is Mere. M-E-R-E. M-E-R-E. Not M-E-R-E. M-E-R, and then a picture of an ear.
What does that mean? What does mere mean?
Mere? Like, doesn't mere mean like small? Like mere?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like small, meek, something like that.
The End Is
M-E-A-R.
M-E-A-R. M-E-A-R?
No, sorry, M-E-R-E.
Yeah, M-E-R-E is...
All of those things.
It's a Mia problem. It's me, Banksy.
What is solely or no more or better than what is specified?
All right.
The smallest or slightest.
Okay, so small.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Either way, so their new album's out February 16th.
The end is small.
The end, it comes to a tip. But February 16th, they will be also having a record release show at the Keys in Scranton.
Hell yeah. Go check it
Scranton. They also have a couple other singles that we'll probably be featuring on the show coming up, so keep an eye and ears out for that. So we're going to jump into the single here, "The Modern Life." We'll be back in a couple of minutes to talk about our Brunch weekly single, which was a cool one. This one's kind of,
I like it. From
not
what I heard
as crazy as last week, but it's a pretty good one.
Still pretty crazy.
Still pretty crazy. Well, I don't know ever where it goes.
Real quick, Chris says, I remember seeing Wasteland Babies at the venue behind Dunkin' Donuts on Main. Underworld, I think.
Oh, the Underworld.
Oh, yeah.
Way
the Underworld calls upon
we've done
Wasteland Babies!
Oh, we've done the Terry voice. It is the best.
I miss Terry.
This is to you in Prague or wherever you are now, Terry. This is The Modern Life from Family Animals. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Scranton.
Leave it to 1, 2, 3. Don't do if not reasonably. I live a modern life, and if you don't like what you see, simply close your eyes. You don't need to know. You need to do what you're told. Bound to return to the dream I know. Enter the dome city, the lines are all single file. To live a modern simple beast fly by outside the city lights. I close my eyes. We live the modern life. 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 We live the modern life.
Please leave. You're fired.
We live the modern life.
Initiate transposition.
We live the modern life. We live the modern life.
Terminated. Crank it up. Let's turn it down.
Alrighty,
I like that.
Yeah, that was cool, dude.
oh hell yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
The Modern Life from, once again, Family Animals.
Album cover
that-
is fucking crazy.
Yeah, the artwork is really fucking cool on that. But honestly, we were talking a lot while it was playing about all the secondary percussion that was in there.
Yeah.
Zach, you pointed out it sounds like an electric drill is being used in there.
There's definitely a power drill. 'Cause
And then
I've made music with a power drill before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it reminded me of what we were doing last week, just like picking up everything and just playing every single thing as a percussion instrument. That is fucking sweet. That was a great fucking song. And again, the album The End Is Mere is coming out February 16th. Record release show at the Keys in Scranton. Scranton. I'm never gonna get it. February 16th. I'm never gonna get it. Just the way I'm never gonna get a pizza tray in Scranton. Never gonna get it. It's a waste. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not real pizza.
Yeah, old
tray of pizza.
Old Forge pizza is the fucking worst.
I don't
Absolutely
get it.
the worst.
People love it up there too. They are way too happy about it.
They don't know any better.
They don't. They're not that far
not their
from
fault.
New York. They're not that far from New York. Come on, Scranton.
Scranton.
It's so hard to say.
I moved from Scranton to Trenton.
Oh, Scranton to Trenton. That's a good rap start right
Scranton
there.
to Trenton.
Oh shit, yeah.
That'd be a good
Origin
start for
story.
a rapper's life. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be a great transition.
Yeah.
It'd be like Joe
Then
Biden
back
just
to
tougher.
Detroit.
Instead of
You
going
gotta
from
finish in
Scranton
Detroit,
to Delaware, he goes to Trenton.
Scranton to
Scranton to
Trenton.
Trenton.
Are you ready to buy
the
property in Detroit?
No, we were talking about this earlier. I don't
You're
think
not-
so.
no?
I don't think I'm going to buy property in Detroit this year. Maybe next year
Maybe
we'll look
next
back
year.
into it.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I heard Elon Musk is paying for something water, but not actually fixing the water problem in Detroit. So
Really?
Yeah.
Then I definitely don't want to buy property
yeah,
there.
I don't want to be involved with
You're
that
talking
asshole.
about in Flint?
In Flint? Oh no! I'm
but
just talking about an actual buying land in Detroit.
Yeah.
Here there's a lot
It's
of
so
open
cheap.
lands there. You just buy it.
You buy a rundown house for $2,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff available. We start
Good
making our own
place
cars.
for-
I think we can start making our own cars.
Yeah, like what is there to like? What would you do?
I don't know.
I don't
Go
know.
to
They're doing
Toronto.
urban farming now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a big thing. They're
Open up
taking
a distillery or
plots
brewery in
Yeah.
an old building. You
Yeah,
can do
you
that
can
there.
buy those old
anything
buildings.
hipster.
Yeah,
Hipster is
hipsters,
going
you
to
need
be
to start
Detroit is
taking
going to
that
be
Yeah,
the
it's the new
hipster
Brooklyn.
city.
It's the
Yeah.
new Brooklyn.
I mean,
New spot.
I said a few years ago that Cuba was going to be the new Brooklyn, and I thought everybody was going to move to Havana and once everything opened up at the borders, and that they would be able just to go
sure
down
people
there.
did.
And I think it's going to happen. You're going to start seeing it more, but Detroit is definitely next on the list.
I think so.
I think Detroit has like such bad infrastructure that it would be a problem.
You think so?
I mean,
so.
Maybe.
I think that they have enough shit that's just empty there, and enough people that need cheap places to live.
Yeah.
That you're gonna get an influx of that, and that'll just naturally draw the art.
That'll bring money.
People are gonna
money will follow
business.
the art community eventually, basically.
But like, is the art community gonna like fucking get bus lines and subways going?
Oh, probably not.
Probably not.
Because like that's the problem.
No, they gotta get somebody that likes to do political stuff.
That's why you have
to
Uber.
Actually do the political stuff.
Uber is so bad.
Uber is so convenient.
I Uber everywhere.
That is a convenience
evil.
I will pay for. I will pay that evil and be very happy about having that evil at my disposal. Because Pocono Cab, they're like Greyhound. They're just
awful.
Terrible.
Fucking
Just terrible
awful.
to everybody.
I walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
I walk
I tried
much as I can to anywhere, but it is Uber and Lyft, they're just the lifesavers a lot of the time.
I just got upgraded to Uber Gold.
Ooh, look at you. What'd you get?
They gave me money, free money to spend on
free
Uber.
money. That's pretty sweet. I was gonna say, did they give you another gold tooth?
Did they
another gold tooth for it?
Did they give you money during a flex time?
They like literally 5 minutes ago, my phone went off. It said, "You've been upgraded to Uber Gold. Here's some free money."
What'd you get?
Here's some free money because you
$5.
overspent $5.
Yeah,
you overspent on like so many fucking fares.
I used to use them in when I was working in LA. I would use Uber as a delivery service, and I would call for an Uber to the place that I need something picked up. And the Uber would call me, be like, "Hey, we're here," and I'd be like, "All right, so you're going in that building over there, and you're getting these 8 boxes, putting them in your truck, and then bringing them back here." And they just be like, "Oh, like I already made the trip over here. I'll just do it." And I was like, "Yes, thank you very much. This is the easiest thing in the world."
Yeah.
And then it is fairly easy to just make a complaint about like, "Hey, I got charged for this," and they'll reimburse you in Uber dollars, obviously not in real money. But then it gets taken off your next one. But you know what? Again, if it's evil, I'm sure it is because it's an organization in
evil.
some way.
Am I evil? Uber is.
I'm gonna be inadvertently giving money to evil no matter what I do.
That's true.
I'll take that evil and I'll just not go to Walmart ever. I'll take that trade-off there. You know,
there's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Yeah, there's never going to be. So I'm going to just take the one that's the most convenient for me and run with that. Now this week we wrote a song.
A good point.
What? I'm sorry. What was that?
Ben says, "Just wait for the recession we're due for. We are due for. And you might see late aughts Detroit land prices in a lot of places. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm waiting for religion to completely die so I can buy.
Good luck.
I can buy a church for.
Dude, I wanted a church.
See,
for forever.
all the Catholic shit is going down because of all these scandals.
Yeah.
Church like
they're privatizing now.
Yeah, but even like when my mom goes to church, like church membership is way down.
Yeah.
So churches are consolidating. And happened in Canadensis.
buy
They
a
sold the
church and
church.
turn
You know what I
it into
mean?
a
So
studio.
in the next couple years, I'm saying that there's going to be some Catholic churches for sale. And you're gonna be able to get them. I just want to live in one.
You might want to sage the crap out of it when you
You're
gonna want to sage the crap out of any Catholic church you buy to move.
Throw salt in all the cardinal corners
everywhere. Oh my God! Just coat the whole thing.
Go through with a UV light and see how much cum you can find.
There's gonna be lots.
There's gonna be a lot
in the confessional.
And there's gonna be more when I'm done.
Do you keep the confession boots?
There should be. What was that?
I said, do you keep?
Oh my God! I keep everything.
Absolutely.
Everything that the church leaves, I probably keep, like for sure.
Well, what I would do,
reuse in some way.
I want to find an old church and turn it into a bar and call it a tabernacle.
Oh my God, the tabernacle.
That's great.
Instead of take the cross, turn it upside down, and turn it into an arrow, just like pointing down.
This is where the bar is.
This is right here. I don't know what you're complaining about. We're reusing the wood.
Yeah.
We're just reclaiming the wood by turning it upside down.
Let's go to Detroit, buy a church, guys.
Yeah, let's find a Detroit church.
There's probably some cool ones too.
Yeah,
probably.
dude.
Oh my God.
Detroit used to be the richest city in America.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Throwing it out.
Yeah, if anybody wants to help fund us buying a church in Detroit, we're canceling the Zimbabwe trip. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Zimbabwe.
We're gonna get new colors. We're gonna worry about colors later, but we're gonna go to Detroit.
Well, keep the same
buy a
colors.
church. All right.
We could. Yeah.
Dark 10-year-old gray T-shirt,
and purple.
And purple.
Yeah.
That's the colors that you got to get.
Any color you like, as long as it's purple.
As long as it's purple, it can be any color you want. Violet is okay, I guess, as well.
I guess that's fine.
Violet, not violence.
We're all gonna get, like,
That'll be
Hemis
our
and
slogan.
stuff. We're all gonna drive fucking muscle cars.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is turning into Saints Row the video game.
Oh, right.
I'm not seeing a problem.
Let's just do that.
Okay, all right, cool.
We could. It would work, I think. I think it would work.
I'm totally down with like dressing up like a priest and beating people up with a dildo. That's fine.
Oh my God! You know, last week I made a promo for Starbucks where if you bought 4 free cups of Starbucks, you got 4 free dildos. And I think that promo's still going on.
I thought it was
probably
four.
Get 3 free cups of coffee, you get 4 free dildos.
The Papa John's.
Other way around.
The Papa John's is coming.
Yeah,
for,
Papa John's is coming.
Spring.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
it's in the spring. We have a.
I don't want Papa John to ever come
we have
again.
a Papa John's
they'll suck your
promo.
dick.
It's hashtag Papa John's will suck your dick. If you use that.
If the Yankees
score 5 runs or more during the season, any game, Papa
we need
John's
to
will
start
suck your dick.
hashtagging that.
Just
Every
like
time.
Domino's is going to fix the potholes, Papa John's is taking another step. Go another step further, and he will suck your dick.
Anytime
Not personally, because he's not
the,
involved with it anymore.
anytime the
thank God.
Yankees actually score 5 or more runs this season,
Your doorbell will ring.
No, we need people to hashtag Papa John's will suck your dick.
I'm going to start that. We can get that started. I think it'll be a good trend.
It's good
it'll
community
last all year.
outreach for sure.
Yeah.
Reach out to your community with hashtag Papa John's.
Just go in.
Reach out and suck your neighbor's dick for Papa John's.
Oh, that's an even better one. Oh, suck a dick for Papa John's. Oh, wait, that just sounds like a really bad. Like, yo, man, I'll suck your dick for Papa John's.
Well,
By the
then
way,
if we
we're
buy
opening a church.
Yeah, if
And
we
we're
buy
opening a
a church,
church.
and suck a dick for Father John.
Father Jonathan.
Well, I mean, like incest porn is like super hot these days.
It is. It is the
everywhere.
number one.
Weird.
It's the number one.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of incest porn, this song that we wrote this week is based on Crack the Sky. Zach, we were talking about them earlier. You discovered them. What was the thought process that you had? You kind of fleshed out the idea of the song on guitar. What was the driving force behind it?
The Dragon Force behind it.
I've from listening to them for the last day, I found that I already am super influenced by them without ever hearing them before.
Definitely.
Like they would just do shit that I liked and shit that I would also decisions I would make while writing a song.
Well, the first song you sent to me, I was
really
like,
loved.
"Did you write this song?" I was like, "Did you time travel and write this song?" Because it's all over the place. It kind of changes genres sometimes in the middle of songs. The tempo changes are there, and just oddly placed guitar solos and options for vocals. Like that was a big thing that I saw with them. So when you started writing this song, was any one song of theirs that you were pulling from, or just kind of the spirit of anything you've kind of been listening?
It's just stuff I heard.
All right, so you threw down the guitar track, and then Justin, you went in, and what did you do with the drums this week?
They were a lot of fun. There was a lot of different weird changes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did anything I normally do different. You know, I just went in with a better mindset, I think.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was, I think, because...
It was so open.
Dude, it's a different... I mean, finding a band that's been around for 40-plus years...
awesome. I love
and never having
TJ
heard
Pasta.
about them, it is...
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Somebody said hi.
All right,
JT
hello.
Pasta.
Oh,
JT
I have
Pasta.
dyslexia.
Hi, boys.
Also, Ben says, I'm a Dudeist priest. One day I'll open a bar/hangout/church tax-free type place.
Tax-free type place, the Dudeist Priest. I like it. I like it.
You should call it that, the Dudeist priest.
Yeah. He subscribes to the Church of Dudism, you know?
Yeah.
It's a real church. It's a real church.
But Judas Priest is like the theme music when you walk in the door.
Yeah. Maybe.
But all redone, really relaxed.
Really loungy.
lounge?
Oh, man.
Richard Cheese doing Judas Priest.
I want to hear somebody play Turbo Lover on a pipe organ now. That's probably that's probably super dope.
Oh, JT Pasta's Joey T, Mr. Trimboli from last week. Welcome to the live chat.
Welcome,
hey, if
dude.
you join live, you get to interact with us here. And if you join in the future, you get to hear us interacting with people from the past.
So join us.
It's all about time travel. All about time travel.
Oh, PSA, I am not Tom from the jukebox.
Not Tom from the jukebox. There are more guys with red beards in this town. Oh, it is a conspiracy. I've never seen you guys in the same room at once.
I've never seen you both at the same time.
Never seen you.
It happens a lot.
I don't. That's what you say when you're in a room with the mirror.
It's not a conspiracy. It's racism.
It's racism. You know what? You do have a very prominent beard. I can see walking around town, people going, "Oh hey." But here's the thing:
Hey, man,
Tom's
did you get
usually
that new
just
album
in the
in?
jukebox.
Yes,
you
and-
are out and about on the prowl on the street. Yeah.
Tom is very infrequently like getting shit faced at K's.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. You guys.
But maybe
have you ever
because
gotten
Charlie
free
is there.
drinks? Have you ever
That's
gotten
true.
free drinks from somebody
That's
by
the
just
thing.
saying, "Yes, I own the jukebox"?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Like
Not directly.
last Sunday, I went into Floods and like this couple was just like, hey, like come over and talk to us, and like they started talking about music, and like I could do that to anybody.
Yeah.
And like literally about a half hour later, they're just like, so how's the store going? And I'm just like, I'm not Tom.
Yeah. You're like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's great.
But I
But,
mean,
like,
if you're
but
caught
the-
up with Charlie at K's, though, I can see how that
Yeah.
would get very confusing for
Yeah.
people.
We're standing next to Charles. You know, that is going to throw somebody off for
No,
sure.
like, I literally walked into Floods
Drunk
and they were
enough,
like,
I
hey!
might think you're Tom from across the room. She'd be like, Tom always been that thin?
Does Tom always wear that cut with all the studs and patches all over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He's not wearing anything that's just slightly stupid. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
if that's Tom.
He's not wearing a
doesn't have-
baseball hat.
Yeah, he's not wearing a baseball hat.
Doesn't look like he even wants to wear
But
a
Charlie's
baseball
right
hat.
there, and he's got a red beard. Must be Tom.
gotta be.
Must be Tom. Oh Lord. All right, so next with the song,
Brought to you by
we
the
threw
jukebox.
we threw bass part on. I think.
Yes,
next.
I did that.
And you came in, Will, and did that. Now, this is something I wanted to point out. You brought your own bass, and there was just something weird. There was something off.
I
weird
think there's
tonage.
something fucked up with the neck.
Yeah, something just a little off. So you're a lefty, which
Yes.
is why I told you to make sure you brought your own bass.
Yes.
And then it didn't work. And so then you said, just give me one of the other basses. I can play it upside down. This is something that anybody that I know that is a lefty musician generally has the ability to do to some degree.
It's
It's our buddy
mean, how
Chainsaw,
many
like
times
he
have you
can
had
pick
to
up a
do that?
guitar your whole life, I'm assuming.
a lot.
How-
With Dream of Fire, like when they got a new bassist after I quit, like they literally practiced next door to my house. So like I would go out on my porch and like smoke a cigarette and have a whiskey and be like, oh, they're practicing. And he's like, I'm just gonna go over there and just like, you know, shoot the shit because I'm friends with them and stuff. But
Yeah.
the bassist who I'm friends with, like I am not talking shit about him at all, but like he couldn't figure out my bass lines, and I was like, well, just give me the bass and I'll play it.
And then he
like
flipped it.
I played it, you know, upside down and backwards.
Oh, Jesus.
And he was just like, that doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help me. I have to watch it upside down in order
Yeah,
to
when I
understand what
play
happened.
with someone who's left-handed and I look at like where your hands are in the neck just to see like where you're at, it just doesn't make
Yeah,
any
throws-
sense. Like
throws
I
the
don't know
whole
what
thing off.
fucking
It's
note
so
you're
weird.
playing.
But
yeah.
like as a left-handed person, like I'm super used to just like watching somebody like playing right-handed and being like, I know what
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
It's like looking in a mirror. But
yeah, and
it's-
I know
reason,
I've
huh?
said it before on the show and a million times. I don't believe in the left-handed guitar player. I think everyone, y'all should be like the ancient samurai, where all the samurais were right-handed. You could write with your left, but you held the samurai sword with your right. So I think that being left-handed guitar player or drummer is wrong, and you should have just pushed through your issues and
Should've
learned to
done
play
it.
righty.
I did push through my
Whatever.
issues. I learned how to play bass on a right-handed bass. Left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's always just been such a shock that people are able just to jump in and do that. But it makes sense that you're not given the option to pick up a
Right.
lefty bass or
Yeah.
guitar
Yeah,
most
there's-
places you go.
Right.
Anybody I know that that's lefty, if they are able to find one like in a store,
They're
it's like
insanely
oh,
expensive.
well, it's expensive, but oh god, I get to at least play a
Yeah,
guitar.
yeah.
This is sweet. They have one in the entire fucking store. So you came in, you wrote the bass parts, and then I jumped in, did the vocals. Lyrically, this week we were. I couldn't really. I was trying to figure out what to write about, and it's just been so goddamn cold.
Yeah.
And that's all I could really think about is how cold it's been and how I just did not want to go outside. I wrote a song about how it's cold.
Yeah.
And basically I wrote Baby It's Cold Outside, but from the standpoint of a guy who's just trying to come up with reasons to not have to leave.
Go outside
To
into
go
the
outside, to go home. Because it's fucking freezing, I'd rather just stay here.
Wanna fucking,
Yeah. So Zach, we left you to finish the song after we added everything in. What's the time on the song? What's the length of
I
it?
think we hit 6.5 minutes.
6.5. That's a reasonable length song. It's a reasonable.
Two tempo changes.
Okay. All right. Now, how close to a Crack the Sky song do you think we ended after that being the main goal?
Honestly, I don't know because I've been listening for literally 2 days. So I've heard a few songs. You know
So
what I mean?
this sounds exactly like them, I'm telling you. This
100%.
sounds exactly like Crack the Sky. No arguments about it.
Yeah.
What did we call this song this week? It has nothing to do with the title.
Yeah, well, it's
or with
called
the actual lyrics.
Asswork,
the play.
comma, the play.
Asswork the play.
Which is also because I was thinking crack the sky, ass crack.
Ass play.
And then
I get you.
Ass play. And then, you know, the brand new song, Play Crack the Sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and this
Play
I
with
felt,
my ass. I get it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
all
very
works. It all works out.
theatrical, too, at times.
Asswork the play.
So Asswork the play, I felt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is, you
Decent.
said about 6.5 minutes long, so let's jump into the song, and then we'll be back with more with Wil McGrath and us idiots over here. All right, so here is Ass Crack the play.
No, Asswork.
Asswork, sorry. Crack ass. Crack ass the work.
Work that
story.
ass.
So Ass Work
The play.
the play. Our Brunch weekly single will be back in 6.5 minutes or so. Enjoy.
Fight this winter cold with some whiskey in a bowl. We can leave before the snow or be locked in for the long haul. It's getting cold out there. I'd rather not bundle up and go. It's below zero and I can't find a good reason to roll. Good reason to roll. Good reason to roll. Let's heat up by the fire as the spirits are getting higher. We can live by our desires, or I can suit up and face the stars. It's getting cold out there. I'd rather not bundle up and go. It's below zero and I can't find a good reason to roll. Whoever has turned like you for me, if you're making me go, then you're empty to see. Whoever has turned like you for me, if you're making me go, then you're empty to see. If you're making me go, then you're empty to see. If you're making me go. Don't wanna make you go, but I've got one reason to say no. You're full of lust and dark desire. It still is there to have a fire. It's getting cold out there. I'd rather not bundle up and go. Hey, below 0 and I can't find a good reason to roll. Give me a reason to walk into the cold, dark night. Give me a reason to walk alone cold tonight. Oh, yeah. Not going down. No, no. Hey! 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 Hey!
I keep waiting for it to come back with something like crazy at the end there. All right.
This week.
Hell yeah. Well, that was
pretty
our weekly brunch original single.
Signal.
Signal. We're signaling for help.
It's a signal along.
We keep having to shoot off these flares from the houseboat for help, you know,
Yeah.
and we're sending them out through song. We're sending them out through song.
I feel like that's a good way to signal.
Yeah. If you're out there, send help. Send help to 123 Justin Sucks PA.
Yeah.
All mail, all fan mail for everything in the world goes
Send
to
your
that
wives
address.
to us.
At AOL.com.
Send your wives. Send your keep your kids. Send your wives. That's all we need. Send your wives.
Yeah.
Send them now by mail. We do not pay postage.
No CODs.
We do not. Oh, we do not do COD at all.
Unless you're giving us cash.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll take cash on delivery. We are not
currency.
paying you cash
Or
on
you can
delivery.
send money.
You can send money to 123 Justin Sucks. What did I say last week? Fuck you, Justin. 123 fuck Justin. You're like, all right, thanks, man. Fuck you too.
Real
Fuck
cool,
you
real
too.
cool.
Yeah, real cool. All right, well, Will, you are our special guest this week. So once again, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hell yeah,
It's
brother.
been fun.
This all kind of was birthed out of us just talking to the bar at Floods one night.
Yeah.
And I was like, we had a good conversation. Let's just bring you on and then just talk about music. You are somebody that I've known
Man,
of
you
in the
ever
scene.
talk about music?
You ever talk about music, bro? You like music?
Once or twice.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask you, what's your favorite song?
I actually want to loop back around on that. I want to put a pin on that and loop back.
Okay, let's go.
We were like super earlier. We were talking about Betty White being insanely old.
Yeah.
Another insanely old person. Like I was actually in a death pool.
Okay.
Dick Dale.
Dick Dale.
Dick Dale is
Surf
something.
God, Dick Dale, man.
Dick Dale is like 95 years old.
Really?
Is he still surfing?
He's still touring.
Really?
I saw him twice in the past 5 years.
Does he surf? Did he ever surf?
No, he didn't need to surf. He
Okay.
he played guitar good enough.
All right. Well, if he didn't
Is
just
he
surf,
surfing and playing guitar at the same time?
I hope he's doing both of those things. Because why else do you learn to surf and play guitar if you're not going to do both of them at the same time?
Because I don't know.
I don't know.
But he also plays guitar left-handed and upside down.
Damn.
Okay.
Look
So-
at him. So, a role model for you growing up?
Well, not really.
Not really?
Like not until I was older.
Okay, and then you discovered him later on?
And I was like, oh shit, that's
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
doing. But I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, you're somebody that probably because of your red hair, I would just immediately be able to recognize you at a show.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you were in, as you said before, you were in Wasteland Babies. You were with Moscow Dynamo.
I was in Moscow, yeah.
And then King Dead. Or what?
I was in a couple bands between.
Yeah, so my first memory is definitely of Wasteland Babies. And correct me if I'm wrong. You guys, did you play with Simple Plan at ESU at some point, or Sugar Ray?
That one, no, that was Lit and
Lit.
All American Rejects.
All American Rejects. I always try to remember which one of those shows that I was like, they're on that show. Like I see them at Toast, like and they're playing like that's great because they're a local band playing a big show, but like like the rest of that crowd is not going to know what's happening.
It was that show was fucking hilarious.
Oh, I
like,
bet.
The day of that show was the day that Elliott Smith was found dead.
Really?
So All American Rejects played between the bars, and like as they were doing it at sound check, I was like, "The fuck, really? Like that's weird."
Yeah.
And then when they played what the fuck is their song? Flavor of the Week? Is that them?
That I think Lit's Flavor of the Week. All American Rejects is
Flavor of the Week.
No, Lit was
not
My
Lit.
Own Worst Enemy.
My Own Worst Enemy. No, they were like Swing Swing and Move Along and Dirty Little
No,
Secret.
That's the one.
Dirty Little Secret.
They played that twice
Flavor
because
of the Week
twice
was,
they played
that
one
twice
set.
in one set.
Jesus Christ.
Wasn't that
I forget American Hi-Fi.
No.
Flavor of the Week. I think. I believe it's American Hi-Fi. If my memory.
If only somebody could
serves
check
me
the internet.
correct. Do we have interwebs?
I mean,
We're on the interwebs. Oh God, we better
shit.
have interwebs.
You're
Yeah,
right.
American
You're right.
Hi-Fi.
Okay.
American Hi-Fi. I always
I was
loved the
gonna
title
say
of that
Wheaties
Flavor
for
of
a
the
second,
Week,
but
spelt with an A
not
there.
Wheaties.
yeah, it's very, very clever.
Very odd.
I didn't even
Good
know
social
that.
commentary.
Oh, Flavor of the Week.
Lit and whatever band.
All American Rejects.
Yeah.
So
they
Wait, you know
came
who
to
else
hang
had
out
a
with
song
us
like
that?
at our apartment afterwards.
Oh, hell
Zebrahead
yeah.
also had a Flavor
And,
of the Week
yeah.
song.
who did?
Zebrahead.
Zebrahead?
Yeah.
No, they had Playmate of the Year.
Well, yeah, they had Playmate of the Year, but they also I'm almost.
She's
positive.
finally here. I'm going to make it milky clear. She's my Playmate of the Year. I think I talked about this on a previous show. I walked around my house singing that song when I was like 15, 14 years old, not fully grasping what it meant.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody else was just kind of like,
Oh God!
what are you singing? You're disgusting.
Keep that shit to yourself.
So,
You're right.
with Wasteland Babies, you got to play that show. Is that like the biggest show that you guys ever played with that band, or did you get on any bigger shows with them or with bands afterwards?
I think that was the biggest show, but like that was definitely not like the most fun.
Oh yeah, just the most as far as like the
Biggest
sheer
audience?
people that you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
playing to.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, for the most part, you have the entire student body of ESU.
It is weird that they
And-
did shows. Do they still do shows?
I don't think
Not
not to
anymore,
that
no.
level, at least.
Well, they don't even have a music department anymore. So
Well,
if they were
the
putting on
key
ESU
shows,
does hip hop shows.
Really?
Do they really?
Okay, so they have
really?
hip hop
Yeah, because
shows.
like 2 years ago, like A$AP Rocky played.
Oh no shit!
Really?
okay,
Damn.
okay.
That's
See,
cool, huh?
I just remember they did the shows at the Keystone Room for a little bit. Those were the more
I saw Clutch
smaller. Who?
Clutch.
You saw Clutch in the Keystone Room?
Yeah, it was dope.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that's better than seeing
yeah.
Lit. You know, was it outside for Lit? Was it an outside show or
No,
was it inside?
it was in I forget the name of the building, but it was the auditorium that I used to go to physics lectures.
Okay.
So it was in like a lecture auditorium.
Hell yeah. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So what was, to kind of go to the basics of music for you, what was the original draw for you to get into, more underground, less, secular music, and then playing music
secular
as
music.
well? Yeah. Yeah, you can tell I was raised Christian because I use the word secular when I'm talking about everyday music.
I went to Catholic school my entire life, and I was supposed to go to seminary school.
Oh, really?
I was supposed to be a priest.
You were almost Papa John.
Yeah. Padre John?
Padre John, yes.
I don't know. I know that the first song I learned how to play on bass was Iggy Pop's "I Want to Be Your Dog."
Okay.
Because it's
yeah,
it's a good bass line, and it's also like super easy to play if you're like fucking 11 and don't know how to play bass.
So that's when you started getting into playing bass, 11 years old?
Yeah.
And was bass the first thing that you were drawn to playing?
It was the first one that I could like pick up and like actually play it.
Okay.
Like my brother had a bass that he didn't really play, and so like eventually like it became my bass.
Hell yeah. And now I'm assuming a righty bass that you learned how to play upside down.
Yes.
And strung as a righty bass.
Yes, for like until he like gave up the ghost on that.
Okay.
And then I strung it the way I was supposed to play it, and then I had to relearn how to play it.
Now, at what age did you finally start playing it in as you play it now?
Like the way I play it now?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't like 16, 17?
16, 17. So you had a few years of playing
like an idiot.
And then you kind of figured it out.
Well, like the thing that really, it was actually a little later than that. The thing that really like concreted the way that I play is that like I started playing with Savinsky.
Okay.
In Wasteland Babies, and like I tried to play guitar lines on a bass. And that's why I play like an idiot, because like I'm trying to do chords and like solos and shit, and like that's not what a bassist is supposed to do.
Yeah,
but like
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you
man.
totally can. But
Yeah,
like it was kind of like a fucking like a one-upsman kind of thing, or just like, oh, if you can do that, I can do that.
Hell yeah. Now, was Wasteland Babies the band that you were first in like high school, or is that after high school for you?
I was in a band when I was 12, but it was like we did like Joy Division covers and stuff.
Well, that's fun. But stuff you do when you're a kid getting into the music, and you're just
I know how to play this.
Yeah. Let me get this out of my system. And get a taste for the song.
Yeah. And like I still love Joy Division.
Oh, hell yeah.
But yeah, it was like I think Wasteland was like the first serious band that I was in.
And what age were you when that started off?
Like 18, 19.
18, 19. Okay, because I was gonna say you were not like in high school when you were playing like with Lit and all those guys.
No,
that was a couple years.
That was a little later.
Years after. Yeah. How long was Wasteland together for the whole run of it?
4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years,
I think.
See, that's for me. It's always hard to try to remember because I would go into. I came into the scene, in the early 2000s. So when I got there were bands like you guys were playing already.
Yeah, we've been there for a bit.
You've been there for years. You're established,
Maybe
and it
like
might have only been a year.
Yeah.
But at 14 years old, I'm like, okay, these guys are. Everybody knows you, and in a good local scene. A year of playing shows nonstop.
That's forever.
That is forever. And if you're still playing shows, you do get a name for yourself, and you do gain notoriety and followers. So I showed up at a show and I watched you guys play, and I was just like, holy shit! Like this is like the local band. Like this is like one of those like that you have to pay attention to. And then you guys stopped playing as Wasteland Babies.
Yeah.
And then how long was it between Wasteland and Moscow Dynamo starting up? Was that like a year or two of a break?
I think it was closer to like 3.
Really? Okay.
Because like I was trying a couple other bands, and Savinsky and Corey did a couple bands too, and so did Chad, who was like a sometimes guitarist in Wasteland, and it was like. Like we've known each other forever. Like we were friends the whole time, but just like not in a band. And then just like one day we're just like, we should be in a band.
Yeah. Now I remember seeing Moscow Dynamo. You guys were playing at it was either Toast or I believe it was Toast. And I just to go against what Zach said before. What I love about a lefty bass player is the visual representation.
I do love that.
Like
that's
that
one
just
thing
looks
that's
so
it's awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Just going like headstock to
pointed.
headstock
Yeah.
at each other. Oh, it was great, and it always made it more dangerous to be right at the center of like the front.
Yeah.
Because you have 2 guys swinging the guitar.
Yep.
And the amount of times I've got cracked in the head by a bass player at Toast.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to be as close to the front as possible. And for all I know, you were one of the bassists that hit me. I know the guy from Ritter hit me like all
He
of
wants
the
written
time.
apologies.
Yeah, I would like a written apology from every single bass player that played in the scene from 2000 to 2006. Stop hitting me in the head. Oh, I mean, you did, because I stopped standing there.
There was a show, and Chad was definitely in Moscow at the time.
Okay.
And it was the punk show, or the punk clothing store that, like, it was like a...
Over the Edge?
Over the Edge,
yes.
We played a show in the basement, and, you know, it was a basement show. It was, like, super close, and, like, at some point, like, I took my bass, and I guess, like, did, like, an upward swing movement, and, like, it stopped about there. And I looked over, and I could see, like, Chad's head, like, peeled back.
Oh, man.
And
cracked him.
I just cracked him, like, right in the fucking teeth with the
Breaking
headstock.
any
I'm like, I didn't break it.
Okay,
but
that's good. It wasn't a good feeling.
it wasn't good for anybody.
Yeah, that'll leave a mark type of situation. All right. So those two bands, I mean, again, were just bands that I mean, when I found out Moscow Dynamo was playing, and then, like, I was like, oh, I don't know who that band is, and I went and I saw, and I was like, oh, wait a second,
Oh,
I know
them.
these guys.
Hey.
I was like, they're back. They're doing it again.
Yes,
Here they
yes.
are. Here they
Hey.
go, Ben. Oh, yes, they're back to do the thing. Oh, yeah, do it up. So like I was saying, I came into the scene in the early 2000s, and Toast was a big hopping thing.
I miss
For
Toast.
you, Toast was great, and that building sitting there empty just makes me
It makes
sad.
every time I walk to the terrace.
It became a hair salon for a little bit, and that was
Plans to
even more
fucking
sad.
change that for a long time now.
Really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be an outside amphitheater and park.
Oh yeah, they were going to do a little park right there.
Yeah, they were.
I do remember. They
Well,
had a
no,
ceremony
there is
for
a
it.
pocket park there.
There is.
Oh,
It's
there
fucking.
is?
It's way tinier than it was supposed to
But
be.
they have they built an amphitheater.
Is it
right?
literally
Like a
in
small
somebody's
thing?
pocket?
It's like like the park is about the size of like this room and that.
Okay,
room.
all right.
It's super tiny.
It's a
I
big
thought they
park.
were taking over that whole plot.
That was the original idea, but like the owners are just like, well, we can sell this at some point.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
fucking-
Yeah.
Nobody's
it's great.
gonna buy
It's like
that.
when
No,
they tore
nobody
down
wants that.
Gallows, that whole area just looked way cooler as grass. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
imagine if we just
Yeah,
had like
awesome.
an open lot right
Yeah.
here of grass.
Like an entire
Little
block with a
Might
dog
help with
park,
that fucking
maybe, yeah.
shit smell. Maybe
Well,
plant some
I don't
trees.
care. I could deal with
Yeah.
that. Like I used to hang out in that cemetery and it smelled like
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like who fucking cares?
It smells like dead people over
I
there,
used
to
to
be
fucking-
honest.
I let a lot of smoke bombs off in that cemetery like 4 or 5 years
Smells like
ago.
smoky
On
death.
my motorcycle, I would drive up to it and throw smoke bombs in the cemetery.
Take this,
I know.
dead motherfucker.
That's when I was remember I was making the smoke
Yeah.
bombs out of sugar and
the whole-
whatever
the
chemical.
outside grill was
Oh,
not
my
used
Oh
for
man,
that.
those are that's fun.
Well, it's good,
It was
good
made
that
on
you
the grill.
used them for something, you know.
Stump
Yeah, something
remover.
productive.
And
you get
respectful.
stump remover and you
We
mix
are not
that
telling
with
you how to make.
I'm probably already on a couple lists. I
There's
don't
a
know.
Craft
couple-
time
There's a
with
couple
Zach.
other steps to it, but
Crafts with
Check
Zach.
out Zach's new YouTube channel. Craft
It's
Time.
called "I Was Arrested." No more music, or no more videos, no more music. That's the channel it's called. So Toast was an awesome venue, but what was the first like local venues that you guys got to play? Was Toast around at that point, or were you
Toast
more
was-
Bismos?
Toast was later.
Okay.
Definitely Bismos. The Underworld was like just starting.
Yeah.
Like when Wasteland was like getting big.
Okay.
And that was kind of awesome because like we definitely strong-armed Terry into doing shit that he did not want to do.
Hell yeah.
Like
What was he trying to do at that point? Like
he
what
was
was?
trying
Well,
to
he had
trying to make
risk
that
at that
scratch,
point,
kid.
right?
Yeah.
Like the shows up until a certain point were $5 or $4.
Okay.
That turned into the lingerie spot at that point, right?
Ooh.
What, the Underworld?
Or,
Not
or
the
we're talking
Underworld.
about
I'm talking
over the
the
edge.
Underworld.
Oh, Over the Edge?
Oh yeah,
over,
that turned into
Risque?
something. Yeah, risque
Yeah.
lingerie.
yeah, over the Edge. That started off as like a baby clothing store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
then when
a
they
lot
took
of
that
different
over, it was
things. That was
weird. It was
fucking
like
bizarre.
I think, and then Encounter was in there for a little while.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
encounter's
yeah.
downstairs.
Yeah.
supposedly there was a strip club in there last year.
Well, that was-
a secret strip
Oh,
club.
yeah, yeah.
down-
Secret strip.
That was
Yeah,
the rumor.
dude.
You were there that night when we were outside of it.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
any place could
it
be a
was
secret
fucking.
strip club.
It was a
was
very
supposed to
You
be
don't
weird.
tell
crazy.
anybody about it, and then you strip. Mm-hmm. It's a secret strip club.
I mean,
I
if
say,
you're
don't talk
charging
to me.
people
Yeah.
to
Take
go
your
in
clothes
there,
off.
Yeah. Well, with the so with the Underworld, with Terry there, you were getting him to do shows that he definitely didn't want to do at first because it wasn't
was-
beneficial, or was it lowering the price
It was
of tickets?
absolutely
right,
lowering the
Chris.
price
Okay.
because like we got wind that he wanted to like start charging like $8 and $10 for shows because he knew that like fucking 300 kids are gonna come out.
Yeah.
And so what we did is like we made all the flyers because Terry was really bad at promoting. We made all the flyers and said like $5 with flyer Like,
Yeah.
bring the flyer to the door.
Yeah.
$5.
So you just
And,
kind of
like,
skirted the whole thing, and they got
we
there.
we totally strong armed him because
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's like 100 fucking kids outside with
They all
flyers
got
saying
flyers.
they all got flyers. They all got $5. Are you gonna turn them away because they don't have 8?
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing that I always liked about Toast and other venues like that, and I guess thank you for strong arming him, because there were nights where it's like, I got $8, and I'm gonna need a water at some point and maybe a snack. But $5 is great, and even then it was just like, okay, like $5 is a lot for a person with you're 16,
fucking money.
job,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
money. You're asking your parents for money. You're asking, your friends to spot you, something like that.
You gotta buy
make it-
cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't smoking at that point, but I mean, for other kids,
Yeah.
you got to find someone to give money to go get you cigarettes. It's a hard life being a kid at a show.
Yeah.
I mean, back then you got away with it a little bit more.
A little bit
You
more
could
than
find
now.
gas stations and stuff. that
Oh
didn't
yeah,
give a
well I'm
fuck.
sure. I'm sure even today it's not the most difficult thing.
All
but
the kids have jewels. They
Yeah.
all have them.
That's true.
well, that's a
That
big
is
craze
true.
now. Is they don't even smoke. They just go right to puffing on Juuls.
Which is fucking weird
Yeah.
to me, man.
It's like a little.
I was
like,
when I went to
cool
buy my
gang thing.
vape.
Well, I mean,
shit,
to be fair, like you can get a Juul for like $7-8.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
a pack
Right.
of cigarettes is like $7-8.
Yeah.
But like you can't smoke that in your bathroom.
but
Yeah.
when I was in,
true.
dude, when I was in,
Like I fucking get it. I just don't want to do it.
when I was in one of the vape shops, there was a kid that was buying non-nicotine, like whole setup.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the dude just dropped like $200 because
And
he
he's
was
like-
a sucker.
To smoke candy.
to smoke
Yeah,
candy.
and he's
to
like, "This is the."
vape- to
He
vape sugar
literally
juice.
said, "This is the coolest thing ever," and I was just like,
Oh.
I wanted to take it and throw it
Well, the funny
through the
thing
window.
is, it's something that
He'll
was
figure it out.
It
He'll
was
figure it
something
out.
that was created to try to get people to quit smoking, and it's going to wind
Yeah.
up being something that gets people to start smoking.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
that's
like-
what they're saying.
Yeah, like
It is the gateway.
I was about to say Raymore and Flanagan owns Juul, but like that's not
I think Raymore and Flanagan is that.
it's what's that fucking
R.J. Reynolds?
R.J. Reynolds.
R.J.
yeah.
Reynolds.
I'm sure
Raymore and Flanagan's tobacco chain.
Yeah,
They actually-
tobacco couch.
You
Yeah.
smoke my
they have
couch,
that
man?
though. They actually have those.
What?
Where
Raymore
it's
and
like
Flanagan
no,
tobacco
no, no,
couches?
no, like R.J. Reynolds,
Yeah.
and they're little machines, and it comes with like this much of a cigarette, and
Okay.
you put it in, and it has actual tobacco, but it'll smoke it.
Oh yeah, I seen.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I've seen those.
Really?
too, yeah.
But you have
Yeah.
to buy all the shit from them, and they're literally only about that big. But
That's
it gives
weird.
you a whole cigarette's worth.
Yeah.
It's very fucking strange.
Yeah.
But it's
I don't know.
apparently
I-
huge in Japan.
I think if you're
Yeah.
gonna smoke a cigarette,
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen from it, but smoke a cigarette. The vaping
Or
thing,
you
it
don't know
hasn't
what
been
the fuck's
around
gonna
long enough
happen.
to know exactly. I mean, we all know that popcorn lung is a thing, guys.
It
And
is.
who else knows
Butter
what's gonna
lung.
come up? Butter lung, yeah.
Butter lung.
Popcorn, butter lung. There you go.
You don't want to
But
get
they
caught
also
smoking
say-
or smelling like smoke? Grizzly straight.
Well,
You
it's,
put
all-
a dip in your lip.
it's only a matter of time.
I guess as
before
long as you don't have a beard.
I just
I do
figured
it all
out
day,
a $1 billion
man.
idea.
Yeah.
You guys want to get in the tobacco industry?
Yes.
All right,
Sure.
we take the vape version of dip,
Okay.
where it just
It's
like,
something that just smokes slowly in your
No,
mouth.
it releases that flavor
Okay.
every once in a
So
while.
it's gum,
Oh, so it's an everlasting
gum.
gobstopper.
Sort of,
Ooh.
yeah.
but would it release vapor at all?
No, because
You gotta find something that while you're chewing it.
You can just go.
No, you're not chewing it. You're putting it in your lip
Oh, it's
like
just
a dip.
Okay,
yeah.
just a dip. Just dip. All right. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like snooze, right?
Yeah, but this would be
Snus.
completely
Snus.
like you're
Snus.
still getting the nicotine, but
But
you're not
Yeah.
getting,
like that, but a robot.
yeah,
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
So an
No,
electronic
I'm
dip.
interested.
sort of.
Yeah.
Just a little pod.
Little pod. Oh, and kids like putting pods in their
Yeah.
mouths.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
that'd be. I think that sells
$1 billion
doubly.
idea.
Oh hell
If anybody
yeah!
wants to,
Anybody wants to get in on
fund
it?
this.
Again, 123 Justin sucks PA hashtag Papa John will suck your dick. Those are the two ways to get a
Just
hold
mail
of
us a bag of cigarettes.
cigarettes in a
Just a bag, no-
loose
Just a
cigarettes in a bag.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all we're looking for.
Not crushed,
all
though, please.
we're looking for.
I'll take some snuff. I started doing snuff because there used to be a commercial that was like, oh, like this product will help you quit smoking, like it'll help stop smoking cigarettes, cigars, snuff, and I was like, they still make snuff. So because of this commercial to make people stop smoking cigarettes, I started doing snuff for like about a year and a half.
Is that the stuff you snort?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
never
powdered
did
tobacco.
that.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's-
It's great to like fucking go to a show and like go right up front and just like like do bumps of snuff like in front of a band because they fucking
Didn't they used to mix that with gunpowder back in the day?
Oh, I don't know. Is
With
that brown?
gunpowder?
Gunpowder.
Oh, gunpowder probably.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
love the smell of
I don't
gunpowder.
like it. In the morning, especially.
Yeah.
In the morning, especially.
I'm
smells
pretty
like
sure.
But yeah, it's snuff is the shit. Okay, so when I was in Northern California, somebody was like, "You want some of this?" And I was like, "Oh, like thinking it's like Coke or something." I was
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
like, "Yeah, no, I'm good." And they're like, "No, it's snuff." And I was just like, "Yeah, I don't like really putting stuff up my nose." Like,
Yeah, no, it's not
like,
the 1700s.
And I was like, "All right," and I went and I tried. I was like, "Whoo,
Yeah.
whoo, okay, like holy shit, like that." Like I feel like I just snorted chai powder.
It's
but,
fucking
like,
intense, yeah.
it really fucking like, and for maybe like 2-3 weeks, I was just like, "Yeah, like can I get a little thing? Like, can I get that? Can I get snuff? I want the snuff, man. You got that snuff?" And then it just made me think that maybe it was just called the stuff, and then you just start
Stuff.
shaking it. You
Yeah.
can't
That's
say
a horror. That is a horror
Stuff.
movie. That's a B.
The Stuff?
80s
Yeah, yeah.
B movie horror. Yeah.
It would, I think, be a
It's-
watchable film.
Yeah,
But the stuff- the stuff's
it
pretty
is.
good.
It's
Yeah.
an actual movie.
Yeah.
The snuff.
The stuff.
The
Yeah.
stuff?
The stuff.
Oh, I've seen the right stuff. but
No,
never
watch the stuff.
The stuff is pretty good.
Oh, I gotta check out the
It's-
stuff.
Yeah, it's like this alien shit that, or like shit
It's
from-
alien marshmallow fluff.
Yeah, and people
Ooh,
just start
It's-
eating
yeah.
it.
It's great.
People just start eating it.
So is 80s is like a canon film or
Cheesy,
something like
dude.
that? Like, just like
Well, I mean, it's meant
or
to
just
be
bad?
serious. I
Oh, it's
think
meant to be good.
I don't know that it's meant to be. Like
I
they
mean,
knew knew what they were
knew their
doing.
budget. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in within the 80s B movie horror.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right,
It's-
the
it's-
stuff.
the stuff.
And it has nothing to do with NASA or anything that the right stuff had.
Nope. Or snuff.
Or snuff.
Snuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just a weird transition.
Ben said they make tobacco-less nicotine chew pouches called
Zin.
Gum.
Zin.
Oh.
God
oh.
damn it. They stole my
Zin.
idea.
Have you? They you know they make the
ZYN?
coffee dip.
They make coffee
Coffee
dip?
dip.
It comes
I know
in
they
a
make
pouch.
coffee soap and shit.
No, it dip.
I'm into coffee dip. That sounds
Just
alright.
yeah, it comes in pouches, just like the Swedish
like a
shit.
So wait, is it
Nuts?
supposed to
Yeah.
be like a full cup of coffee?
Is it just
Yeah.
ground coffee
Yeah,
beans
it's
in a
like-
coffee filter?
basically
'cause I could do that.
Freemason
I can do that at
nicotine.
home.
You know what I just found that I've been using?
What?
Instant coffee packets, like for like
Pack
the
a lip
water
of that,
packets.
dude.
Yeah, I was saying, can you just put that in your lip?
You
I
can
mean, you
try
could
it.
probably
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
shit.
I think we
But
can
I
give it a
mean-
try.
Not
They
If
come
not,
in
we
like
snort
single
it.
Tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
I'll let you
tomorrow
know. In case it keeps me up, I'll do it at work.
Do one side of your mouth's got to be that. The other one's just got to be your regular lip pack. You
Yeah,
know?
And then in the upper lip is where you put the Swedish stuff, which I still have.
Swedish fish. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the
Pack it with Swedish
the
fish.
snus, the Siberia.
Oh yeah, you said it was the strongest.
It's the strongest smokeless tobacco on the planet.
Jesus.
How strong is it if I actually try to
me.
smoke it though?
I mean, it should be dry enough that you could
Oh,
probably
you could-
smoke
sure,
it. I don't
man.
know, man. It's what's the nicotine count on that shit? Or, yeah,
43 milligrams.
Okay, that's high.
It's literally it's the
Jeez.
strongest
It's crazy.
ever made.
So when you put that
Oh,
in your lip for
so-
the first time, what was your immediate feeling? What was the immediate feeling?
Fire.
putting that-
I thought I
Just
was on fire.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay.
It's a real sellable point for
Okay,
it.
so the next thing after vape is just like people just mainlining nicotine.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
car exhaust.
Fucking booting it right up.
Yep. I think it'll just
Start your car,
We'll go to
man.
like a communal, like almost like ritualistic thing where you just everybody comes together and everybody throws tobacco into this pot, you burn it, and then everybody just freebases it right off the fire, right?
I'm
So
kinda-
there, or you just like pass the
Another
urn
$1 million
around.
dollar
Everyone
idea.
gets like 30 seconds to put their head over it and just inhale, and you go to the next one.
What do you think the laws
It'll be really
on-
hard to sneak that around.
Instead of
you know?
hookah, what if we just had a giant fire pit in the middle
Yeah.
of our building, and
Yeah.
that's what you did? You came in.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, do you think
Tobacco.
there's laws against that?
Yes.
I mean, well, there are laws
Smoking
for
indoors.
there are laws for
But
sweat
it's your
lodges,
business.
Yeah.
but
It's
like
It's your business. You can fucking
True.
smoke.
there are laws for sweat lodges, but there are laws that like allow sweat lodges to happen. So like if you did like a legal sweat lodge and you just smoked everybody out with tobacco,
Tobacco, yeah.
Ooh.
Get a relaxation.
Have you ever been in a eucalyptus sauna?
Yeah, it's so hard to
No.
breathe.
Nope.
Oh my
Shit,
god. When I was at the spa like 2 years ago.
Eucalyptus is fucking strong.
Oh
as
man,
hell.
dude, they had a
yeah.
whole room. It was just the eucalyptus room. I couldn't make it more than 2 minutes. It was just
Yeah, dude.
so intense. It made you cry.
cool, I'm into it.
But then when you got out
I
of it,
like crying
when you got
for-
out
yeah,
of the room,
I mean, I do that for no reason at all.
ooh,
Yeah.
holy shit, it made you.
Well, I
Usually
think
when a
that's like
plant
from
makes
going
me
cold to
cry,
hot-
it's because it's
hot
so
to
damn
cold.
beautiful.
You know, like the polar
It's
jumps or
beautiful,
whatever.
Daddy.
It's so beautiful.
Going from
Daddy.
cold to hot,
Yeah, cold to
Yeah.
hot.
or hot to cold.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that the other day, doing how hot tubs in the snow are just way better than hot tubs at any other time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the feeling of a hot springs, but we don't got those around here.
You know, it sounds crazy to do, but when I'm working in the kitchen, most of the time I'm wearing fucking shorts. So even in the winter, I'm still wearing shorts.
Yeah.
I'll go outside to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
It might be 20 degrees, and people looking at me like I'm crazy. But it's like,
No,
I've been in the hot kitchen.
Yeah, you got a lot of
fucking
built-up heat, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, I will stand outside after I'm done working, even, like, the last couple of days. I'll stand outside for just a little bit just to kind of, like, chill myself. Like, take the jacket off, the hoodie off, and just stand outside and basically
yourself
just
back at a normal
jeans and a T-shirt, just stand there for a little bit, just breathe it all in, and really just chill myself so that way when I go inside and everything's pellet stoves going, space heaters going, because the house is going to be freezing if it's not that way. And yeah, I mean, it really kind of sets you off. It's kind of like doing if you take a regular like warm or hot shower, right at the end, for me, I just switch it all the way to cold and just kind of shock myself right before I get out.
Well, it
and
wakes you back
really
up.
wakes you up.
Especially,
it really does.
Especially on I struggle on cold days when it's warm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Cold
when you
days when it's warm?
Well, no. Cold days when you're in a place that's warm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I just remember like sometimes like getting up early, taking a shower. It's so warm that I'm just like dozing off.
Yeah.
And then you just need that fucking
yeah,
shock.
just a little jolt to you, a little wake you up and get you ready for the rest of
See,
your day.
my life is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I'm outside 90% of my day.
Yeah.
So right now you want that hot shower just to
Dude,
heat
when
you
I
up
come
and
home
relax
from work,
I like
I
the
put the
transition
shower on
now.
completely all the way as hot as it goes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, same.
here.
Because I'm literally outside all day in the fucking snow.
Now, during the
bullshit.
summertime, do you come home and put it on as cold as you can possibly get it when it's
I've
In the
taken
I
a
I still take
cooler
a hot shower.
In the summer, I put it like room temperature,
room temperature?
Yeah, me too.
which
I
is still like
still go
generally
hot.
pretty hot.
There is something to be said. I mean, I'm not a hot shower person at all.
How do you burn the sin off your body?
How
do you burn off the shame?
I bathe in the sin and the shame.
Fair.
He goes to church.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Oh God.
I'm not allowed.
They don't like me there anymore. I don't think. They don't listen to this show.
Well, you
but
keep
if
going
I
at, like,
started
3 in the
going
morning.
back and they listen to this, I feel like I'd be kicked out pretty quickly. But I think there's something to be said with during the summer when it is really hot, taking a hotter shower when you get out, you've overheated your body.
Yeah.
So now the 120 degrees you just expose yourself to is nothing compared to is the 90 degrees that's outside is
relaxing.
nothing. Yeah. So
Well,
I get that.
completely opens your pores.
But
man.
then I just
That's
do the
it.
same thing. I take my normal temperature shower, and at the end, instead of going cold to shock me to wake me up, I just go really hot as long as I can stand it. And then I get out, and then you're immediately feeling a little cooled down.
Yeah.
And I can do it like that. But other than that, fuck hot showers.
Hot
It's not
shower
good for you.
completely, dude.
No,
No,
always.
it's
hot
not good
as
for
I
you.
can
What I
Just dries your skin out.
What I do in the winter is like fucking hot until
Kills
like
disease.
I know like okay I have 5 minutes left in the shower.
Yeah.
And like I gradually like every like 20 seconds turn it colder because
Yeah.
like I know that like as soon as I get out of the shower I'm gonna freeze my ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're just
sure.
adjusting it slowly.
Yeah.
Adjusting it.
Acclimating.
Hell yeah. Well, this is riveting. I think
I know,
everybody's
it's
really,
fucking-
really fucking
this
interested
is-
about our showering
This is fucking
habits.
golden radio.
It is. It is the
Golden
age
shower
of
radio.
Golden shower radio.
Oh.
Have you heard these people who are bathing in their own urine?
No.
It's like a...
Like wait. Not just like people camping and like
Okay,
reusing it.
I want to talk real quick. Like historically, like urine is actually like
It's sterile.
pretty fucking sterile.
Yeah, and I like the
Yeah.
taste.
pretty
I mean, there's that
sterile.
too. I mean,
Yes.
like, yeah, that's a plus.
It
But
is.
but like Romans used to brush their teeth
Yep.
with urine.
Well, the
Because it has-
baseball
but
player
it's
Jorge
come
Posada
back.
peed on his own hands to toughen up his hands.
Yeah,
So he
People-
could get a
people
better.
are
because there's a lot of
starting to do it
ammonia
again, you
and
know?
a lot of salt and yeah. But I mean, like, there's
They
been
say
a
it's good for
movement.
your skin.
There's been a movement of people like drinking their own urine for
Oh, yeah.
Really?
forever.
Well,
Like
we
at
were going
least
to try
like
to get
100.
Mark to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they say it makes your voice better for singing.
Never tried
So
it.
we were going to do it like sing something.
And then make him drink urine?
And then have Mark drink
and then
urine.
sing the same thing again and see
Yeah.
if there's an improvement.
Yeah.
But he said there's too
I
much
think that just
salt in
gives
the
people,
urine.
There's a lot of salt in urine.
For his what does he have? The kidney stone.
The kidney
Oh,
stone.
And he's like, I don't really want to start drinking
That's a bad-
urine.
yeah.
With,
Yeah,
you
no.
know, he's just prone.
That
to
is the
stone.
reason he doesn't want to drink urine. That's
That's
specifically.
that's
the only
the hang up.
reason
Yeah.
Mark doesn't want to drink urine.
One
That's-
one
I don't know.
time at floods.
Drank urine.
Yeah, not my own.
Okay.
Actually, two different people's. like they made a bet that I wouldn't do it, and they left a pint glass like at the urinal.
Oh my god!
And like they both came out, and I was like, well, I'm going in there, and I got $30.
Damn, for drinking pee.
Yep, for drinking piss.
Now I'm gonna say I have been the person that has left a pint glass of urine on top of a toilet. Like I walk in,
but that's a gamble. That's a fucking minefield.
Well, you walk in and there are 2 pint glasses sitting on top of the toilet at Jock and Jill's. One of them's half full, one of them's empty.
Yeah.
I pee off a little bit, put them right next to each other. Eventually, they will be the same temperature, and some drunk person's going to be like, and it's kind of like just, hey, don't drink random things you find.
Yeah.
This is a lesson, free lesson for you here.
You're welcome.
My urine.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible a little bit for it, but I don't feel terrible.
That's
for
always
the
a
most part.
weird thing when you see somebody going around taking drinks off of tables.
Yeah, like they get what they asked for.
Yeah, if you're taking a drink off of a urinal or a toilet, it should be pee.
I've come back in the floods on busy nights where I've gone out to smoke a cigarette and left my beer and noticed somebody else is drinking my beer. Not within our group.
Yeah, but somebody
some
just
random
like
person.
Yeah, some asshole.
There was a guy that I used to work
Honestly,
with.
Honestly, it was mostly girls.
Really?
It's very weird, yeah.
Just kind of thinking it's okay, they'll get away
or
with it.
Or that I was gone.
Oh. Well, I had this kid that worked with me at Garfield's, like 10, 12 years ago, whatever that was, and we all went out after work one time and only one time, like as a big group. Must have been like the holidays, like a holiday party. It's a holiday party. Oh, da-da. But we went out and he had told everybody that he was kind of broke, and I was like, I'll buy you a drink. Someone else will buy you a drink. Yeah. He was kind of like a sleazy, scummy kid, but it was like, whatever, like everybody's going out. And then after like 2 or 3 drinks that were purchased for him, we started noticing that he just starts showing up with drinks. And the one time he shows up with like a martini, then he shows up, and he literally was just walking around the room waiting for somebody to turn around.
Oh, shit.
And would just pick up their drink and walk away. And we caught him doing it, and it's like, we didn't like make him return him. We're not his parents or anything like that. We're just like, dude, you're fucking scum. Like someone just bought a martini.
Don't come back here.
Put it down. He walked away. I'm like, you're coming over to us.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna follow you back and be like, yo, what the fuck is your friend doing? And we're like, we don't know, Edwin. You can have him. Take him with you. He's yours now. You can do as you please with it.
Jesus.
Especially, I think we were like Shimsa, so that drink was like a $14 fucking cocktail. That
and I mean, realistically, at some point, like, did he ever get caught?
I don't know. That was literally the one and only time I ever hung out with him outside of work.
He has absolutely been caught by now.
I'm sure. I'm sure he has.
Sure.
And I remember we were just making the joke that like maybe you took somebody, like maybe you're doing a good thing and you accidentally took somebody who was about to be roofied and you took the roofied drink.
Yeah, maybe.
So like, and then again, instant karma for you if that's what's happening.
Sure.
But again, 10, 12 years ago, Jock and Jill's /
Super dicey.
Front row / Shimsa style area. It probably was a 1 in 10 chance that you might get a drink that has something that shouldn't be in that drink.
Yeah.
And you're walking around just picking up cups and slamming them down.
Ugh.
You deserve it for it to be pee or for it to be drugged.
I mean, if you're that drunk,
you just got a great free ride for the rest of the night.
If you're going into the bathroom and you notice a fucking glass, and you're just like, fuck, I'm gonna drink it.
Yeah,
you're probably that drunk that you
it doesn't matter.
Notice.
Yeah,
or you won't. Yeah, you won't notice. You won't remember. Or you're just immediately gonna throw up and then just put the glass back down.
Yeah.
I ain't no broke bitch. I never took a drink that wasn't mine ever in my life.
No. You actually, the last week's song, you wrote a line that said, "Who stole my drinks?"
I did.
You did. That's all I keep thinking of.
I've had my drink stolen for sure.
Hell yeah.
I've been drunk enough that I've definitely stolen other people's drinks. Like, that is definitely something that's happened.
I'm
not proud of it.
It's not something
that I do anymore.
I've been in a situation where I don't know if it's my drink or not.
It's
and
mostly
I go, this is mine now. Okay, this one's mine.
Yeah, I guess this is my drink.
2 sips in, you're like, I don't have lipstick. I wasn't drinking Chardonnay.
I wasn't
This
drinking.
isn't my drink.
Uh-oh.
Put it down. You're not my husband. What table is this? Why am I here? You're not my kids. You're not my mom. She's at the mall. All right. Well, hey, Will, thank you so much for coming in
thanks for
and
having
hanging
me.
out and chit-chatting. It was wonderful having you play on the song.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. It's always fun. As always, big thank you to Mr. Justin Olimpado for helping put this all together.
Welcome,
you're getting applause today. You got applause. Look at that. I don't do that for him.
I know you guys have this weird thing.
Yeah,
I don't really.
It's called love.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a fable. It's a myth.
It's a 4-letter word.
Yes, it is.
I appreciate it though.
Oh well, I appreciate you.
Fuck you, man.
You weren't.
Oh, you weren't talking to me at the time? Damn it, fuck you then. Fuck you then. Also, a big thank you to Zachary Storman. I was going to just applaud there. Oh, now I feel bad. This is for all of you. This applause is for all of you there.
Did I not get a nickname in?
Oh, Zachary, applause.
Okay, I'll take that.
That's a weird nickname.
Stormin. There you go. Zachary, applause, Stormin. As always, check out the other podcasts from moot.tv. Let Me Ask You a Question and White Wasabi. They are, Let Me Ask You Questions dropped along with our podcast every Monday on
Speaking
iTunes
of which,
and Stitcher. Yes.
not to cut you off, if he hasn't had a chance to re-upload to iTunes, I fucked up in sending the wrong file.
Yeah, we sent in the wrong file that has the 5 minutes of dead air in front of it. So right now on iTunes, there's 5 minutes. Just skip 5 minutes ahead.
Or just sit there and listen to it.
It is experimental.
Yeah, just get used to it.
It's a good meditation.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, no, maybe we should leave it there.
Or maybe it's a good break because, like Zach was saying, you don't have time to stop listening to the next episode.
For the next if there was an introduction to the 5 minutes of silence, that would work a little bit better.
I mean, I listen to a lot of drone shit, so like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's intentional.
It's kind of just like someone putting up a white piece of paper that they painted.
We're gonna
just say that like the song, like the episode is preceded by John Cage's 423.
Ooh, I don't know that reference at all.
Okay,
all right.
Or it could we could just steal Typo Negative, the 5 minutes of things we like about New Jersey.
Yeah, or just the sex
noises. Are you
noises.
talking about the orchestra piece for just the conductor?
No, it's a John Cage song. It's a piano solo.
Yeah.
Is it one note?
It's called 423. It's 4 minutes and 23 seconds of somebody not playing a piano.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
You know what I think?
John Cage fucking whips ass.
That is, I can play that. Really
it's great.
I can play that on bass, on mandolin, on harpsichord.
If you search on YouTube like 433 like black metal, like there are.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the band standing there silently?
Well, like they do intros.
Okay.
And then they all just stand there.
That's great. Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, wonderful.
Drone music is great because like it's a joke, but it's also like super serious.
Fuck yeah.
I love it.
Fuck yeah. Well, give that a look if you want to hear something intense for 4 minutes and 23 seconds and give you a reason to meditate. But we will be getting that episode fixed and up there. But thanks everybody for tuning in live here on YouTube. We'll be back again next Tuesday.
What are we doing next week?
I'm not sure. I haven't really got anything planned yet. I'm working. I got one band that I think I'm going to be featuring. Not 100% on that, and still looking for potential guests. I did promise Preston he could come on at some point.
All right,
so maybe we'll get
Preston
that
episode.
Well, maybe we'll get
what
him
are we going to talk about? Fucking Fortnite?
We're going to talk about
Dark Souls.
We're going to talk about him trying to get raped by Dark Souls.
So is the next episode going to be the Dark Side of
that was what
podcast?
we're going to talk about.
He does have a Twitch channel.
He does have a Twitch channel.
Twitch.tv/Peastone.
Peastone.
Yeah,
we plugged that at the beginning of
I turned the TV on the other day and Preston was just on the TV. I was just like, hey, look at this guy. Look at this my little buddy.
Oh, Priestone. Oh, Priestone.
Also, when was the band playing?
Oh, February 16th.
February
check
16th.
out Family Animals February 16th at the Keys in what city is it?
Scranton.
Scranton. All right.
Sure.
It's one letter. You just got to put a pause in it. Scranton. Yeah, you got it. Now you got it.
All right. That's a good way to end with me being able to say Scranton.
Scranton.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you next week. For Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, I'm Kyle Mocha. Thank you all. We'll see you later.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Moot.tv.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experiments.